Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 2, Episode 237. Got home a couple hours ago and laid down for a bit. Got up, got ready, out the door. The sun is just up, and everything seems like it's going to be fine today. I don't think I'm tired, but you never know. We'll find out soon. Right now it's 36 degrees outside and a very dark sky. Yesterday was okay. I think we made like 1,700 or 1,600, so not a bad start to the week. I'd love to make 2,000 today. If we can do that, then we'll have most of the week already wrapped up as far as our goal, and my trip will be a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier to go to new places and do new things without having the stress of our goal for the week hanging above our heads. So that's what's going on right now. I did fill up. Actually, I got gas between the 4th and 5th place yesterday, and I'm going to need gas after the first place today, and maybe on the way home. So that's what's going on right now, and we're off. I'm feeling good. I got my work to do on the way, and I got to check into my flight here shortly, and then I'll let you know what happens. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Went into that place, walked up to the first machine that I normally check, look over to my right, and a friend of mine is there, and he's with some other guy who has no clue what he's doing. And even though my friend knows what he's doing, he's letting his friend play a stupid game that he will never win money on. Talked to him for a second, and I said, look, I'm in a hurry. I got to keep moving. So I let him go. I found a machine that was ready to go at $3.75 a spin, and I figured that it was how many spins away from hitting? 180 spins away from hitting, approximately, and played that through, and ended up ahead like 162 or something on that machine. Walked around, really didn't find anything else, and I talked to my friend for a little while before I left. And interestingly, I talked to one of the slot techs, and he was changing out a very popular game, and he said the state told them that they had to slowly get rid of this game, and he was moving all the jackpots over to the same game in a different part of the casino, and eventually the game would be gone. And this new game is coming out, which I've already seen, and a lot of my friends are playing it. I've played it a few times, played it in Canada extensively as well, and that game is more of a long-term game. It's a good way to get points, but you're not going to make huge money on it generally. So unfortunately, one of my bread and butter games is going to be going away. But also in other states, they've actually banned this game. So some of you know what game that is. It's going away. So anyway, overall, I ended up picking up a couple extra dollars on a few other machines and ended the session plus 165. So plus 165 there. And now I'm moving on to the next place. And unfortunately, I'm in really bad shape. I need to get gas, but that's not the big issue. I can get that anytime in the next 70 miles or so. The issue is timing. By the time I get to the next place, I'm going to be about 15 minutes into a meeting. So I have to hope that this meeting only lasts about a half hour or so, because then I'm going to have 2 hours with no meetings and then another meeting. And then by then, I'm supposed to be on my way back. So, really limiting me right now. But I probably shouldn't have left to go this direction today, because it's a little bit further of a trip, but there's more opportunity this direction. And the fact that I didn't really sleep a lot, hopefully does not come back to bite me later on. So I did check in for my flight, and everything is all ready to go. I did not pack yet, so I've got to do that. Yeah, that's really about it. I think everything's pretty much taken care of at home. I've got to take care of a couple small things. I still have not updated my spreadsheet. I started to do it, and then we had so much stuff going on this weekend. I'm probably 2 to 3 weeks behind on updating that. I will definitely do that tonight and see where I stand. Yeah, that's about it. The sun is just starting to come out now. It's 41 degrees, and we'll see how it goes. So letting you go for now. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back, and the day turned totally negative at this point. So my meeting was about to start, so I stopped and got gas, and started my meeting in the car. Did my meeting the whole drive to the casino here, no problem. Finished up in the parking lot, no problem. Everything was fine. I go into the casino, look around at some slots, don't see anything. Saw a couple small plays, ended up down $20 on those. I can live with that. Go to the high limit blackjack area, sit down, start playing. First couple hands, very nice. Blackjack, 20, doing all right, you know, everything's fine. You got to plus 400, and count goes up, start to lose. Count goes up, start to lose. And I was just buried in this up and down limbo forever. One shoe super high, one shoe very low, back and forth, back and forth. And the low shoes, I'm breaking even, slightly ahead, you know, they're okay, they're not bad. But the positive count shoes are just destroying me. Everything I'm doing is failing. So overall, I spread from one hand at $50 to two hands at $500. I was involved for a total of $9,500. I left down $9,475. All the high counts were disgustingly bad. If I am doubling a soft hand, I get a 10, like an ace 5, ace 4, I get a 10. If I'm doubling an 11, I get an ace or a deuce. And that's the way it went the whole time. I was at that table for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. My last hand, just to give you an idea, this is how the whole trend was going the whole time. My last hand, I had a 5-4 with a true 5 count. The first hand, I get a 14. No, what did I get? Doesn't matter. About the first hand. The second hand, I get a 5-4, and I've got 475 out there for a weird reason, but it was 475, not 500. I rebuy for 500 more, which puts me in for 9,500 total. I have a 5-4 against a 4. I double it, I get a 4. The dealer turns over a 5 underneath and gets the 10 for a 19. Beats both of my hands. I had a low, whatever, 14, 15 on the other hand, so I lose 1,500 on that hand. At this point, I still have a high count. I've got money, but I don't want to give them my ID. And I know even if I buy in for 500 more, and I argue with them that it's 10,001, not 10,000 for the currency transaction report, I've already put $100 in a slot machine, so if they really wanted to look at it and get technical, they've got me on that anyway. So I decide to walk away. I go back to start looking at some slot machines, see a friend. He's telling me he ran out of money. He is an AP who's a gambler, and he was playing game, and it was super close to hitting, and he ran out of money. He had $400 in the machine, somehow found a way to get enough money. I don't know if he was trying to contact me or not. I don't see anything here, but I have no idea. Anyway, I told him what was going on, and we're supposed to be getting together after my trip to the south to do some new things together. I decided to walk back around and look at slot machines. I found a good slot machine in a good position, and it buries me. So now I'm down $94.75 on the blackjack. I'm in for $400 on the slots. I've got $60 left. I build it up to a couple hundred, then back down to 100, then find another play that through, build it up to 420, and that's where the session ended. I ended up ahead $20 on the slots, and I've already mentioned the blackjack quite a few times. So here's my position right now. Tomorrow morning I've got a flight out of town. Right now I'm 4 hours from home. My wife wants to go to dinner tonight, which would be in about 4 and a little hours. So I guess I have to go back, but I'm so close to this other casino. I'm going to go ahead and hop in here and see what I can find. And then I'm going to skip the casino I was going to go to after that. That's just going to make things worse. And then I'm going to head toward home, which puts me by another casino. So let me do all that. Also earlier when I was at the first casino, I had some free food and I wanted to use it. It was like early in the morning, still 9 o'clock or something like that. Your comps are not available till 11 a.m., which is very odd. So I'll have to pick that up on the way back as well. At least I'll have something to eat to go with my misery. But man, I was feeling like I was on such a roll. I had such a good week last week, plus 8,000 plus, and I had a good night last night, and all of it gets wiped out in one session. So now I was thinking if I was ahead 1,500 or so today, going to the south, I was going to be in such great shape. I felt so good about it. I could relax, take it easy, hang out with my friend there, and just make whatever comes, and not stress. But now I have to battle back. So I think we are at minus 75 or 8,000 for the week right now on Monday afternoon. So here we are, and I am moving on to the next casino, and we'll see what happens from there. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I was in and out of there in a little over half an hour. Exhausted right now, mentally exhausted. So many things I'm trying to think about at the same time. I walked into there. Well, first of all, the elevator was pretty much broken. There was only one elevator working, and it went so slow for us to go between one floor to the other, just one floor. It took probably 45 seconds, and there was a lady starting to freak out in there, yelling for someone to open the door because she was claustrophobic. So that was a nice start to my visit. I walk in and I see every slot hustler in town in there. So I knew what not to check, the easy, low-lying fruit. So I went and looked at some other stuff. First machine I played was just a short play. I ended up ahead like $20 or $30 on it. And then had another machine, played that one, ended down about 50 on that one. And then another one, lost about $10. So now I'm down like $40. And you know, $40 is $40. What are you going to do? You're going to win it back, but it's just piling everything on all at one time and not having the time. I keep on looking. I find another machine. Well, I had seen another machine that was borderline, but it was a little higher denomination than I would play normally at borderline. So I let it go, and when I came back to play it, someone was already playing it. And I don't think he knew what he was doing, but you know, he was going to win something soon. But the machine next to it had a play. What was that? It was like $3.50, I believe, a spin. and I played that. And I just had that $60. Let me see if I can look at the picture and see how far down I got, because I didn't fall that far down. I still had $40 left in the machine when I hit, and I hit the jackpot I was going for, and it paid out a total with everything $1,021.65. So that put me ahead $962. So now I'm thinking, well, now what? Do I keep going, start playing blackjack, build it back up? So I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I got to get home. I'm not going to not be there for my wife tonight on the last day that I'm home. It's not everyone that gets a chance to have dinner with me. She's, I can't take that away from her. Come on now. That would just be terrible. So I ended up leaving plus 962. And it was hurting me to leave because a really good $100 table had just opened up, and I've been through this before where I take a big loss like this and then I have 2 or 3 medium-sized wins, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and get it all back. But unfortunately I have to think about the family today, and I can't do that. The money will be waiting for me in safekeeping for next time. So I did end up leaving plus 962. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you feel? I don't know how I feel. I feel I guess I feel focused. I don't feel sad or upset. I feel focused. I probably shouldn't have promised that dinner tonight, but we're doing what we need to do, so it's all right. Right now I am heading toward home. There is a casino on the way home, and I do have free food at this casino, but I'm going home for dinner. But the free food expires this week, so I'm going to get some free food and then eat again when I get home. So there'll be plenty of time to get hungry on the way home. Right now I'm just going to take it easy, relax for a minute, reflect on things, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. I'm getting close to the next casino. If everything goes well and I'm in and out of there in a reasonable amount of time, I should still be able to get home in time. So I already have someone ready to pick me up in the morning, take me to the airport, and I'm going to have one layover and then continue on, and then my friend's going to come pick me up at the airport. So we're all set for tomorrow. I'm guessing that tomorrow is probably going to be a long day and a late day, so look for the podcast to probably be released kind of late, if not after midnight. I'm hoping the biggest thing is I'm hoping that we get a chance to get enough action in. There's not going to be a lot of blackjack. There's going to be a lot of machines, and maybe we could get lucky. Maybe we could find some good plays at a high denomination. I would love that. Love to get some nice pictures of some 5 and 10 and bigger jackpots. So I'd love to do that. Weather looks like it's going to be kind of warm where I'm going. It's going to be nice to get away from the cold. I do have, like I said, some things still to wrap up at home. Some household things and my charts, which now my chart's going to be a little pitiful to look at with today's loss, but what are you going to do? I was all excited about reaching a new all-time high yesterday, but what are you going to do? So right now it's a very overcast, gloomy day, 41 degrees. I don't know, did I eat anything today? I don't think I did. I had some pretzels in the car. That's really about it. So I am going to make a quick run through, look at all the slots. Once I'm satisfied that I found everything, I'm going to order some food and then run through again, double check the machines again, and then come pick it up and head on out from there. So yeah, just getting close right now. I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Walked into that place, started looking around, saw that it was very crowded. Very, very crowded. Like they were giving something away, but they weren't. Tables were packed, everything was packed, slot machines were packed, everyone of all ages was there. It was crazy. I can't believe the amount of people. Is there some kind of holiday going on? I don't know. I don't keep up with all that, but anyway, let me see how this went down. I saw the first machine I checked had a borderline play. I played that, and I lost 15 or 20 on that. I walk over to check another machine, and a guy I know is over there, and he's just sitting there. And I'm like, what's going on? He said, oh, I got this to a good level, and I ran out of money. I said, well, let me see. And he showed it to me. I said, okay, it looks good to me. I'll play it. And if I win, I'll give you something. So I played it. Took about a minute to play it. Made $25 profit, so I gave him $12 of it. Then moved on, looked at some other machines, and everything that I was playing was paying out poorly. In fact, they reset some machines. I mean, I know exactly what reset levels look like on these machines now. So they were definitely at reset, and a few of them were in good position. I played those, lost about $60. Just kept on walking around looking, lost another $20. And then I found a machine similar to the one that I had won the $1,000 on earlier, and it was in an okay situation. So I sit down on that, and I lost it. I couldn't find where it was. It took me a minute to find the play again, because some of these machines have so many levels and craziness and symbols. It's crazy. So I played that through, and that took me from being down like 90 or so to being down 10. So now I'm happy. And I'm going to consult someone about this next machine, but I went and looked at it and found it right where I want it to be. Played it at two different levels, 80 cents and $2.40, and got creamed again. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but based on 60 cent or 80 cent bets and stuff, you know, to lose $65 on something you think is positive EV. So I'll be consulting someone about that today. Then I went and looked at a couple others, found a couple other plays, played those through, and by the time I was done with everything, all that wasted time, I ended up ahead $27. But then, you gotta remember, I paid out $12 to that guy, so really, I was ahead $15. So, in the record, it'll go down as plus $15. What can I do? What can I say? Now, something I forgot to talk about earlier because I was so heartbroken. The city I was just in earlier, not the one I just left, the one before that, the dealer told me that they changed the rules or the law. She wasn't very clear, but they made a new, they said the state allowed them to do it. So no, she didn't say that. That was something else. Anyway, they had to do something to get it approved, and it was approved. Now you can double down on a soft 21, which is also known as, come on, you got this, soft 21, soft 11, or 11, blackjack. So they'll allow you now to double down on a blackjack. Now, in the state I'm in right now, once you get a blackjack, you are not allowed to hit it or double down or do anything to it. The only time you'd be able to would be like something like a blackjack tournament or something like that that's not actual money that you're playing with. So the dealer thinks that the way that they got that approved was to say, well, we're just doing it to help the player, because so many tables now are 6 to 5, we want to give them the opportunity to get more money than just 6 to 5. Yeah, but when you double down, you're still getting 1 to 1. I understand you're getting more money on the table, but you already have a winner. So if you don't like 6 to 5, don't play 6 to 5. So I thought that was so interesting, the way that they phrase things to make it look like it's to your benefit. You have a for sure winner. The dealer doesn't have a blackjack. You have a blackjack. You can get paid 3 to 2 or 6 to 5, depending on the table. And they're giving you the option to possibly lose it all for twice as much money. Terrible. It's just terrible. It's just like so many dealers tell me that dealer hitting soft 17 is good for the player. Get out of here. What are you talking about? What are you smoking? Seriously. Come on. Now, there are benefits and downsides to hit 17 and stay 17 that are unusual because of what it is, but that's just part of the game. For example, when I have a 6 against a dealer 6, if I have a 16 against a dealer 6 on a stay 17, I could get burned because the dealer could have an ace, right? But look at it this way: if I have a 7 against a dealer 6 and the dealer turns over an ace, instead of pushing, I'm losing. I could lose. More likely I would lose, or they wouldn't do it. So there's ups and downs to both of them, but in the long run, obviously stay 17. Don't double down blackjacks. It is probably the best thing. Now, is there a deviation for it? I'm sure there is. If I had to guess, assuming that you had no heat at all, I would probably guess it would be a true 8. That would be my guess. If you know, let me know. So anyway, right now, heading toward home. The sun is down and roads are dry, but lots of traffic, and just gonna see what's going on at home here. I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright guys, I am back. So called home, and it looks like my kid that broke their toe last night needs to be picked up from practice. I feel so bad, you know, to be sitting there watching your teammates play and you can't play. That feels just awful. But they need to be picked up from the school right at the time that I would be passing their school on the way home. So I'm actually like 7 minutes behind, but I think I can catch up over the next couple hours, assuming I don't get pulled over here with all these police everywhere. What are you doing, man? It's the beginning of the month. Quit it. Oh my goodness, why so many people? I don't know what's going on. Christmas shopping, maybe? Maybe people are going out every night Christmas shopping, and the police figured that they could, I don't know, buy more radar guns with the money that they get. Anyway, so I'm going to go do that. I'm going to swing by the school and then head home, and then we're going to go to dinner. I guess that's really not much else I could do. I need to check with my poker player. Something happened when I wired the money, that it got wired twice, and it was a lot of money, and I'm fixing it. Hopefully the money should be back today. I'd hate to go on my trip and not have that back in the account. So I don't know if any of you have ever noticed the problems with Zelle or any of those things like that, but I see it a lot with other people. I rarely use it, but I do see it a lot. Anyway, I guess I'm not going to be able to make any more money between now and the time I leave. I think I'm going to be landing around 1 p.m. Local time where I live. And so I'll probably get about 12 hours of play in tomorrow, and hopefully start chipping away. I'm not going to try to get it all back in one day. If by this time, well, if in like 10 days I've got it back, even 8 days I've got it back, I'd be happy. It doesn't look like I'm going to hit the goal for the year now, because that kind of puts it out of reach, but we'll see. I'll update the numbers tonight, and it'll be part of the next podcast. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. MWUSA21@gmail.com. MWUSA21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.